We stand afraid of shadows cast by doubt, whispered fears of what they'll talk about. Got dreams that wait in line behind our pride, but courage lives where fear is set aside. So many dreams collected dust on shelves, scared to fail, so we hide our true selves. But life will pass and so will all those stares. Nobody's watching as much as we think they care. So step into the light, don't fear the fall. The only limits here are built by walls. Tear them down and seize what you deserve. You're stronger than the whispers you've heard. Got plans to make, but fear keeps you in place. Afraid to lose, or maybe scared to chase. But what if magic waits around the bend? Go grab it now, don't let the doubters win. We wear these masks to hide what we believe, but truth has power when worn on your sleeve. Reach for the stars, they're closer than they seem. Your path is clear, don't let them steal your dream. So step into the light, don't fear the fall. The only limits here are built by walls. Tear them down and seize what you deserve. You're stronger than the whispers you've heard. Got plans to make, but fear keeps you in place. Afraid to lose, or maybe scared to chase. But what if magic waits around the bend? Go grab it now, don't let the doubters win. We wear these masks to hide what we believe, but truth has power when worn on your sleeve. Reach for the stars, they're closer than they seem. Your path is clear, don't let them steal your dream.
Yo, being a boss ain't just flexing power. It's about moving right, thinking sharp, and leading from the heart. Here's the commandments, learn them, live them, lead them. 10 rules to lead, 10 rules to win. If you wanna hold the crown, better let that sink in. A real boss don't fake, don't fold, don't stray. Follow the code and you'll never lose your way. Rule 1, don't just talk, show the grind. If your hustle ain't loud, they gon' leave you behind. A leader don't flex if the team don't shine. It's a squad thing, leave no one behind. Rule 2, stand tall, don't trip on the shade. Haters throw stones, but the real don't fade. If you crack under pressure, your crew gon' split. Be the rock in the storm, keep your squad legit. Rule 3, speak truth, even if it sting. Lies build walls, truth build wings. Respect hit different when your words stay bomb. They'll follow you forever long after you gone. 10 rules to lead, 10 rules to win. If you wanna hold a crown, better let that sink in. A real boss don't fake, don't fold, don't stray. Follow the code and you never lose your way. Rule 4, listen more, talk less, observe. Wisdom hit harder when it's served by the curve. Catch the vibe, read the room, play chess, not dice. A real leader moves quiet, but precise. Rule 5, protect the squad, keep them tight. A snake in the crew can't poison the fight. Cut them off clean, don't let them linger. One fake vibe could pull the whole trigger. Rule 6, Know your worth, but know your flaws. A king ain't a king if he don't learn laws. Growth ain't weakness, it's the key to the crown. The higher you rise, the harder you hold it down. Rule 7. Don't stunt, just play the role. Real bosses build empires, not just control. Rule 8. Share the wins, don't hoard the bread. A team fed right won't turn their heads. Rule 9. Be loyal, never snake your crew. The streets don't forgive when betrayal come through. Stay solid, stay real, stay real, stay real, stay real. 10 rules to lead, 10 rules to win. If you wanna hold the crown, better let that sink in. A real boss don't fake, don't fold, don't stray. Follow the code and you never lose your way. Rule 10, lead with love, not just power. Your team ain't your servants, they your flowers. Water them, grow them, watch them bloom. A leader's legacy is the seeds they groom. And that's the leader code. Rule 10, lead with love, not just power. Your team ain't your servants, they your flowers. Water them, grow them, watch them bloom. A leader's legacy is the seeds they groom. And that's the leader code.
They said I wouldn't make it, they laughed at my dream. Every move I made felt like swimming upstream. But yesterday I met a fan, eyes full of belief. In their gaze I saw the end to my grief.
Doubt didn't win, trust began. Looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heart beats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I saw myself alive. I put in all the hours, climbed out from the dirt. They dissed and dismissed, said I'd always get hurt. Met a fan so loyal, reflections don't lie. My biggest supporter is just me in my mind.
Through the noise and shadows I held my ground. Bumps, bruises, broken, no comfort found. But that fan smile turned my world around. Now I'm rising sky high above the sound.
Doubt didn't win and trust I began. When I looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heart beats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game. Cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game. Cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Guess what day it is today? It is our first day of ethical hacking penetration testing we are going to have a lot of fun working on this stuff. I've been waiting to get to this since last year, and the time has finally come for us to get more familiar, to start to learn, how does ethical hacking work? How does penetration testing work? We're going to start off today by getting our environment ready, installing our virtualization software, installing Kali Linux, and poking around in that to see how all of that goes. So we are in for a ride. We're in for a treat. But first, we're going to get started with the show. We're going to get into our agenda, check out the agenda, and then we will check the chat, and then you know how we do. Then we're going to get to work, right? So first and foremost, I want to say a big thank you to all of the subscribers on the channel, helping us grow, those who have been with me for a very long time, those who are active, those who watch from the clouds. I appreciate you all. I appreciate you. And a big shout out and shout out to my Patreon members, my tech barbarians, my tech prodigy, my technical explorers. Shout out to the tech mercenaries, the YouTube members who help support the channel. Shout out to you all.
We the best.
Shout out to the bag teachers as well, who are in here learning this ethical hacking with me.
Money.
And shout out to those who rock with me every single day. Shout out to my guy, Yakar, aka Mr. Technique. Shout out to Mitch out there. Catch these hands of love, Mitch. Shout out to all of you guys.
Hey.
All right. Real quick. One-on-one coaching spots are filling up. So if you need one-on-one coaching to help you with your tech, career stuff, resume, interview prep, all that stuff, techcoachdrive.dev. Do not miss out. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell so you can know when we are going live and dropping new content, all that good stuff. Our next live show is going to be Saturday morning. We're going to be doing the Men Lie. Yes, men lie. Women lie as well. Yes, they do. Women lie as well. But numbers, what do numbers do? Well, numbers manipulate. They surely do. Those people who are presenting us those numbers, they always have some, it's kind of like when they pass a spending bill and they have all this extra pork in there. They try to fly in there. They just manipulate the numbers, right? So that is our weekly economic review. We mix in the tech with the economics so we can see what is going on in the industry. We're going to be going live on Saturday morning. The show is co-hosted by Mitch and Yakar from the chat. And then Sunday, we're going to go live with software exploration. We're going to continue working on DevOps and Kubernetes, all that good stuff. Tomorrow, we have the Bug Bite, where I think I'm going to release this one tomorrow. We're going to be reviewing the AI social media influencers at war with the human, quote unquote, human social media influencers, and take social media influencer for whatever platform you want to think about, right? But the war is on. We're going to start reviewing that. Might be a multi-week review, but check it out. All right. So that's going to be tomorrow, the Bug Bite at noon. I'll be in the chat hanging out with you guys. Another announcement, I'll drop this in the chat as well. Check out The Nourishing Word with my guy, Rod Brown. Rod Brown with 1D, not 2Ds. Rod Brown with 1D, dropping it in the chat. Check it out. Subscribe to his channel. He has some amazing content over there. And check out the book from my friend Donna Sims, The Gift of Wisdom, available in Amazon. Really cool stuff, right? All right, so share both of those links. Check them out. Really good stuff. Subscribe to Rod Brown with 1D to The Nourishing Word. And go from there, right? We have the courses are in the description. We have the large language models / AI course that we are doing Mondays and Wednesdays. We had a great time yesterday working on that, working on our webpage summarizer. We are almost done with that. So that was really cool, really fun. We're going to be passing in a few different, I think we passed in that USA Jobs a job description that I think it was for some type of nurse. And that was really cool to see that. So we're going to continue working on that on Monday. Penetration testing, ethical hacking. Tonight's the first night. The course is pinned to the top of the chat in case you want to follow along, in case you're interested in learning ethical hacking and penetration testing. DevOps on Sunday, the link for that is there. And I know I asked this the other day, but do we need a work/study session, maybe like on a Saturday night or something, where we go for about 2 hours, where we can work, because we don't stream the actual taking of the course. We stream the projects that we're going to be getting from the course, but I could probably set up a stream where we're all studying, not like just the music in the background going from there, right? So I'm still thinking about that. I have to find the time for it. So I know Mitch suggested once a month maybe, which that's possible. So we'll see. We will see. All right. Like I said, great time yesterday on the large language models. We had let me put this up right here, right? So I'm gonna get to I automated it, but great time on large language model. Another note, my smoker, I thought it was fixed, right? But I just fixed it to encounter another problem, right? So it's been a multi-day thing with the smoker. I just ordered a new control board for it, a controller kit. So if that doesn't work, then I might just have to scrap the whole thing and get a new smoker. I was happy on Tuesday. I'm sad again. So we'll see what happens. So if I seem a little bit down, that's because my smoker is still in surgery, just multi phases of the surgery. All right. And lastly, I automated it. So a friend of mine sent me a link, right? A friend of mine sent me a link and said, "Hey, I'm in this competition. I don't know what exactly it is, but you got to vote, right?" And it's like you can vote every day until like the 25th or something. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I just and I'm like, you know what? I'll just automate it. So this morning while I'm sitting in the sauna, I opened up PyCharm and I just automated the whole flow, and I can just run it like every day. What I'm thinking about doing is putting it through Jenkins and putting it on a schedule, on a timer, and just say, hey, just run this at this time every day, and that way I don't have to manually go and kick it off. So, what can I say? I'm lazy like that, all right? I am lazy like that. All right, cool. So let me get to the chat, and then we will get to our first working. I didn't even start the timer. I did not even start the timer. Let me go with 2 hours is long. Oh, I'll put 2 hours, but we'll probably finish before then, hopefully. But you know how I can go on and on and on. All right, so let's put our 2 hours up, and let me get rid of this. All right, let's go to the chat and let me see what's in the chat, and then we shall continue. So we got my guy, Mr. Tech Dash Neek. Please say the dash is in the building. What's up, your car? Prince Marky D was asking, is this your music? The first one, Afraid of What, was my music. The second one, about leader. I don't even know what the name of that song is, but it's about leadership. That was created by Don Johnson. But I'm in negotiations with Don to sell me the rights of that song so that I can have it on the Frenemies album that is releasing on April 15th, 2025, called Frenemies. That's my birthday. Not to be confused with the album that is being released on Valentine's Day, February 14th, called Abandoned. All right, so 2 albums coming up in the next couple of months, but don't confuse it. There's Valentine's Day, Abandoned, and then there's April 15th, Frenemies. All right, so and as you can see, I already have some Frenemies in the chat. What's up to my guy Mitch? Let me see. We got me, myself, in the building. Good evening. What's up? How are you doing? Says, I checked out the album. It was good. I have to go re-listen to it again. Shut Shout out to me, my spot. Did you play it in your 14 subwoofer Escalade? Because if you did, I think the whole state of Michigan heard the album. We got my guy Magnetar 17 in the building. Watch what you say around him because he will be gone for 10 minutes and then all of a sudden your world turns upside down. Just saying. It says, question, during my app testing video, if any of your music have a good bass note and I like, can I use it in my video? Of course, you can use anything that you want. You've got my full permission to do that, all right? Let the world hear it. All right? Let me see. So your Prince Market D is asking, which one do I have about the smoker? All right. I have a Camp Chef, right? And it's actually really good. It's just that we are the problem, right? Because I think so here's what I think happened, right? I think the either the board or the temperature sensor went bad, so then like it caught fire in there, and then like so then the auger, like the thing where it pushes the pellets, that got stuck, and so I had to change the motor. Then that started working again, and then I said, all right, so now it got hot, but then it's like, oh, the sensor and the thing, so it catches on fire again. So I changed the sensor and I plugged it in, and it's still saying that the sensor is the issue. So I just bought a whole new board, and we'll see what happens with that. If that doesn't work, then I just probably need a whole new pellet grill. It is not a master build. All right. You know what? I have a question for you, Prince Marketing. I have a question for you.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
How dare you? Master built. Anyway, we got my guy Mitch in the building. Hey Mitch, can you do me a favor and can you go back to the loosen up the tie and that Superman is here? Because we're creating some clips of the Q&A video, and I came across that. I'm like, you know what? Mitch hasn't said that in a while. So can you leave and come back with that entrance that you used to do? Because that was really good. Loosen up the tie. I forgot how it goes. See, it's been so long, I forgot how it goes. So can you like go and come back with the intro? Because I really would appreciate it. All right. Mitch says that the album was trash. My surprise says, I haven't played it on the system yet. When you do record it, whatever you want to do with it, let me know. I would love to hear it on the system. I just have 112 in my car, so it doesn't hit the same. All right. So just saying. Back in the days, 20 years ago, I could have pulled it off, right? I had the craziest speakers in my car. I had no trunk, right? So it is what it is. And it's only 3 subs and 32 mids and 16 tweeters. Oh, my bad. I got my numbers wrong. Only 3 subs. That's still pretty powerful. Let me see. Rich says, I retired from that. No, he's not doing it. And me, my said, got that. And says, take off the blazer, loosen up the tie. Superman is alive. Thank you, Mitch. I'm telling you, it's been a while. Let me see. It says, I got a master build and they're known for failing electronics, but the build quality is good. I have not had an issue with my master build 800 yet. What's your question, Chief? You get a fireboard. Steps into the booth. Oh my goodness. All right. Oh, one more, then we're getting started. We got my guy, Rod Brown with 1D. You know what, Rod Brown? You should change your name to Rod Brown and then in parentheses with 1D. I'm just kidding. All right. Let's get started on the show. All right. So let me put up our first 20 minutes.
It's time to do.
All right, so I am going to give you the biggest takeaway that you need from this class, right? Or from tonight, right? And that takeaway is, right? Buckle up. You have to learn Python. You have to learn Python. All right? Why do I say that? Because I think I mentioned it the other day, right? But I was talking to somebody on Sunday night. They wanted to get a bunch of courses from Udemy while on sale, and all the courses that they were interested in: ethical hacking, machine learning. What else? I forgot what there were. The large language models, right? All of them, right? And there's more, but all of them, they have a heavy component of Python involved in it. They have a heavy component of Python involved. So it's like, that's why, and a lot of those courses, they'll teach you the basics of Python that you need to be able to take that course. But I say that get the 100 days of Python and go through all the different ways you can use Python. Today, like I said, for my friend texted me, said, "Hey, can you vote for me for this thing?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then I just automated it using Python. It took me about 10-15 minutes to automate it, right? And now we're using Python in the morning for large language models. We're going to be using it in this course, right? There's about 8 hours of this course that they dedicate to learning Python, enough Python, right? So it is very, very important, and you can do both at the same time. You can do a couple of hours of Python, or maybe an hour of Python. Put it on a schedule, you put it on your calendar, and then you can do ethical hacking if that's what you want to do, or large language models, or data science and machine learning. But you're going to need Python, right? And those courses, they have the semi-assumption that you know Python, but if you don't, they have a section probably from another course that they created that gives you the basic Python. So it is important, it is imperative that you start to learn Python now. And then from there, you can go, like your car always likes to recommend learning Rust, because that's going to be a good one. That's going to be something that we take on at some point. I don't foresee Rust being too complicated to learn. If I know how to learn it, how to code in Java, if I know how to code in JavaScript, if I know how to code in Python, I don't foresee Rust being too complicated. But it is a good thing to learn, right? Because if things are moving that way, we have to move with it. Okay. So for me, that is the biggest thing that we need to take from it is we need to learn Python. We need to learn coding if you wanna survive in this industry. Because the same way back in the days when the cloud came about, right? And you have AWS was probably like one of the first ones with the cloud. When AWS came around, right? And everything would be done manually. Now you can write code for your infrastructure. You can write Terraform, CloudFormation if you're using the one on AWS. We've done Terraform. We've done, infrastructure as code, syntax, things of that nature. So the most important part, biggest takeaway, start learning Python, and then that is going to be your gateway language to many other languages. All right. But even if that's the only language that you ever learn, there are so many things, so many different directions, so many different routes. You can even do web development with Python, for crying out loud. You can do web development, you can do data science, you can do cybersecurity stuff. Many different options, all right? So start learning Python, all right? All right. What's up, Mika L in the building? Hopefully you're doing well. AR Smitty, what's up, AR Smitty? What's up, you guys? All right. I will check the whole chat, but when people come in, I'm gonna say hi, but I'll check the whole chat when we go to break. But let's continue. All right. So what I want to do is I want to take a look at the courses PDF, the resources and references that they have. And then we're going to talk a little bit about virtualization, what that is, and we're going to be using. All right. So let's take a look at the course. Let's take a look at the course It's a PDF that they gave. Let's go over here. Go over here. All right, there we go. So this came with the course. It says Complete Ethical Hacking Bootcamp, Zero to Mastery. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. It's in the description. It's probably circulating throughout the chat as well. Check it out and sign up. But what we have in here for the course, resources for each tool we'll use for attacks, exploits not listed. So we have What Web, which is in Kali. We have the Harvester, Red Hawk, Sherlock, our own email scraper, decryption keys for Megalink. So I don't know what any of these things are yet, but we will learn them. But for scanning, like for port scanning, Net, Discover, Nmap, ZenMap, for vulnerability analysis, Nmap scripts, Google, Searchsploit, Nessus. We're gonna have Python project. I think there's 3 Python projects, right? So we're gonna need to build our own port scanner, and this is where we're gonna get the stuff from. For exploitation and gaining access, MSF console, router exploit, and then for gaining access, we're going to use MS Venom, Veal, the Fat Rat. We are rat shaming now apparently, and Hex Editor. And we're gonna have a second Python coding project, our own backdoor, our own server, and then for website application, penetration testing, Derb, Burp Suite, Hydra, DVWA. Let me see. For Python coding project number 3. So we're just doing an overview of like what we're gonna be getting into in this course. But it's gonna take us like some time to get there. So join in and let's have some fun. So our third Python coding project is going to be Brute Forcer Directory Discovery, our own Brute Forcer, and we're going to do our own Directory Discover program. The link to this PDF is in the course after you sign up. And so you'll see everything that we're going to be doing. Think of this like kind of like a syllabus in a sense. Let me see for the man in the middle. Let me see Better Cap, Eater Cap, Scappy, and for wireless access point cracking, Aircrack-NG, Aerodump-NG, Airsplay.ng, and Hashcat. All right. And then for reference for certain lectures, downloading VirtualBox and Kali Linux. I'm not going to be using VirtualBox. If you're using VirtualBox, then you should have followed that process to download VirtualBox, get it installed, and then start installing Kali Linux. I'm going to be using UTM. All right, so Kali Linux, Linux operating system, file system explained, and a bunch of stuff that we'll get into at some point. But that's pretty much the plan that we have for the course, which is going to take us a multitude of weeks. All right. So I'm going to go to full screen. All right. So the next thing that we're going to get into is virtualization. What is virtualization? All right. So basically, like I think I might have covered this on a video, but I'm planning for our next week's software exploration concept and overview to be about the 5 different stages of penetration testing, and I might throw in something about virtualization in there. But basically, it is being able to have a software on your computer where you can install other operating systems. Like you can separate your regular computer and what it's doing there from a virtualized environment where you can install, different versions of Windows, different versions. Some of them you can do Mac OS, you can do Linux. So we're going to be installing our virtualization environment today. And then we're going to install Kali Linux so that we can be able to work through our class, right? So let's get to why am I installing UTM? So what is UTM first, right? Let's go to what is UTM, right? So let's go over here. UTM virtual machine. All right, so UTM virtual machine it's designed for Mac OS, right? With silicon chips. So silicon chips, those are the Mac CPUs, M1 chips, M2 chips, M3 chips, and now M4 chips as well. On the Intel, you're able to use VirtualBox. On Windows, you're able to use VirtualBox. Some people use VMware, but you have to pay for VMware. So VirtualBox is open source. I remember when I first tried to do a Linux course on my older MacBook, and I installed VirtualBox, and then I went to install the Linux version, and I couldn't because the M1 was not able to work with VirtualBox because of the whole Intel versus M1, right? Or versus the silicone chips. So now I see that they have UTM. So if you're on Windows, if you're on a Mac with Intel, then you can go ahead and install VirtualBox. It'll pretty much be similar. I haven't installed UTM yet on this computer, so we're gonna do that. But I'm installing UTM. If you're on a MacBook with a silicon chip, install UTM as well. I will drop the link for this in the chat. And I will also look at VirtualBox. So we can look at VirtualBox as well. It's from Oracle. And it's powerful open source virtualization. VirtualBox is a general purpose full virtualization software. You would download it. Let me drop that in the chat as well in case you need to download that if you haven't done so yet. And they probably have it for, yeah, they have it for Linux as well. So they say they have it for Mac Apple Silicon host. I don't know. I might try to install this at some point, but at least for now, I'll just stick with UTM. You know what? Let me see. Let me download it. Let me download it. Let's see what happens. Let me see what happens. You know, it's downloaded. I'm curious. Now that I see that's the problem. When I see things, I'm like, all right, I gotta try it out. All right. So, anyways, let's get to installing. So there we go here, and UTM or VirtualBox. Let's start with VirtualBox. I can't help myself. Let's move this here, and we're gonna double click over here. Here we are. So let's install VirtualBox. Install. Put your password in. Let's see what happens. Because when I tried this like two or 3 years ago, it sadly told me,
do not come.
You know? So, all right. Let's go. Okay. Move the trash. All right. So now let's open VirtualBox. And I'll probably just do it on both of them, right? I'll do it on both. As Mitch would say, both of them. BOAF. All right. So welcome to VirtualBox. So I'm going to install. You know what? I do what I want. I am going to install UTM as well. Because why should I have to pick between one or the other? Why can't I just have both, right? Why can't I have both? All right. So close that. And UTM. We're just gonna do both. Like how
dare you?
How dare they try to tell me I can only have one? No, I want both. All right, so I'm gonna let's do it like this. Let's do UTM over here and VirtualBox. I can get it to act right. Whatever. VirtualBox over here. All right, so all right, so let's start off with all right, so what's new? Yada yada. All right, continue. Let's do create a new virtual machine, and I'm gonna do a new one here as well. And so let's go look at the instructions real quick, right? Let's go look at the instructions. So in order to, so from the Kali Linux site, right? Wherever it may be, from the Kali Linux site, they tell us, they walk us through how to install it on UTM, right? So basically we're gonna go to virtualize, and then we're gonna select Kali M1 installer, and go from there, right? So, and I have the boot image, all that good stuff. So, and then we need to have at least 4 gigs of memory, and we need 20 gigs of storage. Or is it 40? I'll go with 40. Let me see. All right, so let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. We'll do virtualize over here, and we're gonna do Mac to install Mac OS. No, that's not what I want. Go back. I want to do Linux, and it says oh, okay, I want to do other actually. So let's do other. And we're gonna say we're gonna get it from a I guess it's a CD/DVD image, I suppose. Let's go to make sure this shows up over here. We will go to browse ISO, and we're gonna go to download software Kali Linux. Open. And we will go to continue and go with that. I'm gonna go with 40 gigs for storage over here. And I don't want a shared directory. So let's name this UTM Kali Linux. And let's go with save. And I'm going to say that. All right, so that's doing its thing. While that's doing its thing, because it's going to take some time, let's also, or I guess we have to install it. Let's go to graphical install, right? Display app output is not active. So if I was to, what does that mean? Display output is not active. I know I can't see it. I don't know why I cannot see it. Let's go to, it says started, but I can't see it. Well, in the meantime, let's go to Virtualbox, and we'll do Virtualbox TCR Kali Linux. ISO image. Let's go to other. Let's go to download software Kali Linux. And we will, I was not planning on doing both, to be honest with you, but here we are. Let's give it a
lunch break.
Let's give it a 4 CPU, and let's give it like 4 gigs of RAM. And so the reason I'm not going to break right away, because this can take some time to install. So I want to get this part done. So while we're on break, it could be installing. Let's go to next. And that should do it. Let's see what happens. Virtualbox, like, okay, let's do that. VirtualBox will not be able to monitor. So I'm getting this. VirtualBox will not be able to monitor input from your keyboard until it's quit. So we have to quit and reopen VirtualBox. Close that out. Okay, let's start that over. Let's do graphical install. All right, so we actually see stuff happening in VirtualBox. So we might be able to pull it off VirtualBox. All right, so let's just finish this because it's gonna take some time for it to install. United States, American English, and all right, cool. I'll monitor it. What I'll do, let's go to break, and we will have a monitor happening for the other screen so that we can see if everything is on the up and up. All right. So let me add that monitor right now, and then we'll go to break. So let's go to and I will go to secondary, or I could just do boom. So we'll monitor what's happening, right there, so we can see how it's going. Please enter a host name for this. Going back to Cali. I don't have a domain. We'll just switch over for now as we do this. All right. Password. And Eastern. All right. Let me see if it's doing. Looks like it's doing its thing. All right. So let's go to break officially. All right. So let me check the chat, and then we will get to. And then we'll get to our first break time discussion. Geez, so many configuration stuff. My goodness. If you continue, let's do that. Let's do that. I'm just pressing enter to everything by default. All right, there we go. All right, for real. Let's go to break. So, let me see. Let's check the chat, and then we'll go, and then I will talk about some interview prep type stuff. All right. So, let me see what we got going on over here. We got my guy AR Smitty. What's up, AR Smitty? I forgot. Your car is out there in LA. Hopefully you're doing well out there. It looks like hellfire and brimstone out there. So be safe out there. Let me see. Your car said that he's good over there. Drove through the fire twice today. What? That's crazy. That's scary. I am not a fan of fire. Let's see. Unless I am searing some steak. That's a whole different story. Magnetar says Python. No. You got to. Prince Marketing says Python is so easy and fun to learn. Mitch would say, are you bragging or complaining? That's what he would say. That is what he would say. Let me click continue on this. Software selection. What software? Let's just install everything. Let's go to boom. All right. Let me see what else we got. Let me see. We got Mika L in the building. What's up, Mika? What's up? You know what? Oh, yep. Still blocking the, in love with the finger, right? Just saying. With friends like you, who needs enemies? That's why Memify, the album on April 15th is going to be called Frenemies, right? Because Mitch is my best friend, but also my greatest arch enemy, right? Prince Marketing says, and VMware Desktop is free now. What? It's free? Free 99? My goodness, we're talking best in class local virtualization on Windows at least. Shout out to that. I did not know. Magnetar says Ubuntu with a sad face. What did Ubuntu do to you, Magnetar? What did Ubuntu do to you? Mitch says that he's nice. Okay, sure. And if I talk nice to Ralph, his face will start to turn red. Oh, he's already started to turn red just by the thought of it. Then he would try to joke to try not to. He's right. I'm telling you, he knows me. He knows me. I don't have time for that. Fair enough. Says if you're on a Windows, you can use VirtualBox, but the superior VMware Workstation Pro is now free to all. I'm just saying.
I'm just being honest.
Shout out to you. I had no idea. Let me see. And we got Don Johnson in the building. He says host name D's what? Says even our fire claim Piru in LA. Don is out there too. Hopefully you are doing well, Don. You got your car, Don. You guys be safe out there. And Max says Ubuntu is what he's using. Oh, okay. So you're on Linux. So I mean, you can still install VirtualBox and get Kali Linux installed. So that you should be all good with that. All right. So I have no idea what's happening with that other machine. Let's see, stop. I can't see anything on that other machine. But we'll check when we come back to it. All right, But VirtualBox is doing this thing. All right, so we might be able to use VirtualBox, and I won't have to worry about this UTM thing. Maybe the UTM is just for the M1 chips. Who knows? I don't know. But let me go to this topic of conversation. We're going to be talking about. I did interview prep with my cousin yesterday. Yeah, and by cousin I mean it's my wife's cousin. But, she was here with us for about 2 years, like once the pandemic started, and then she was here for like 2 years, right? And we had our fair share of run-ins, right? But young kids just graduated college. They know everything until they actually have to go out there into the world themselves, and then that's when you really start to learn. But we fast forward. Now she's working at a major retail store, and but she wants to progress and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, what is the job? Because I mean, the same thing that I tell everybody when when I'm like, what's the job that you're looking for? How does your resume look? How is it structured? How is how's your interview prep, right? What happened on your last interview? How did that go? So we're having that conversation, and so I had reviewed a resume, and I said, all right, so your resume is decent. Your resume is decent, but the structure is all off. Like, you need to add like a summary or an objective. You need to organize your skills. I personally, I don't know, like, I haven't spoken to a recruiter about this, but I am not a fan of listing what your soft skills are, because guess what? That is an expectation, not something to brag about. That, oh, you're a good listener. Well, so you're saying, like, if you didn't put that you're a good listener, I'm supposed to assume that you're not a good listener. So I'm not a fan I'm not a fan of fluff on resumes. Like, oh, I'm a good listener. I'm a active. What, I don't even know the fluff that people be putting on there, right? But so that's why I was like, all right, you need to get rid of this, and then the same strategy that I always give to people. I'm like, all right, you need to approach it like, what have you done? What made you do it? Like, why was it important? Give me something important that you did, how you did it, and what value did it bring to the company? And then what value are you looking to bring to your next company? That's my strategy for resumes. And then when you start listing out your jobs, when you start listing out your jobs, like your experience, you're looking to add value. If let's say you're applying for a QA role, right? You're applying for a QA role, and you say, "Oh, I wrote test cases," right? I'm like, so? I don't care. But if you write, I wrote 100 test cases that we use to validate our application by automating it, enabling us to catch 50 defects when new code was pushed, resulting in us preventing having catastrophic software failures upon deployment. Then I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool, right? But you say, oh, I wrote test cases. I don't care. You're supposed to write test cases. But if your test cases led to major wins, I'm like, nice. I like it. So it's about like sharing the importance, like whatever you are presenting to somebody, when you're sharing some information with somebody, I always ask I ask myself, why should they care, right? So when I was reviewing her resume, I'm like, all right, why should they care about this? And then she took it, she went and she came back with like major enhancements. It looked great. So I'm like, all right, very good. So now in the interview prep part, I'm like, all right, so I gave a strategy that I normally use when I'm prepping for people for interviews. I'm not going to share it here because that right there is Patreon level information on how I get the questions for you to start to practice for, and then the question that you should ask the person who's doing the interview, or the group of people who are doing the interview. I should create some type of app around it. Anyways, but getting those like knowing what to expect, and some about negotiating for salaries and stuff like that. When is the right time to bring it up? We had all that conversation. We probably spoke for about 45 minutes to an hour. I spoke to her on my drive home from jiu-jitsu. But yeah, it's like, but it is I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the Q&A timer. But it is an art. It's a skill, right? Back in the days, you can get away with just showing up with some lame resume, but now because of people like Magnetar and the remote work, and people like me and my remote work, it is a global market now. So you have to practice. You have to be ready, because it's just not the same anymore. It is not the same anymore, and that's why I still haven't released it yet. But that's why I like to do live resume updates where I'm rethinking, looking at my resume again, re-strategizing it. I do that in the Patreon because that's where I don't share that much detail on YouTube. So, but yeah, so it was a great time, and she had the interview today. She says it went absolutely amazing due to preparation. Preparation is key. All right, so let me get a sip real quick. All right, so let me check the chat, and then we're gonna get back to work. All right, so where is my mouse? All right, there we go. All right, so I can bring this down for now. We don't need to see that anymore. So, and my laptop is screaming right now. Let me see how the resources are. It's not too bad. It's decent. Just the fan is really, really loud. The Virtualbox is using 8 gigs of data, and Docker is running also. I'll probably shut down Docker. I think I'll shut down Docker just to be on the safe side. All right. All right. So let me check the chat and then we'll get back to it. So let me get this off the screen. And let's see what we got going on in here. Mitch says, "Ha, Ralph was fighting." Hey, just saying. I'm just saying, Mitch. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. Do not type this in, what Don sent. It will lead you in great, great danger. Don says, excels in active listening, ensuring clear understanding and effective collaboration by attentively engaging with verbal and non-verbal cues. Bruh. That's the fluff I'm talking about. That's the fluff I'm talking about, right? And then we got is it CoMac or COE Mac? Whichever. Says, hey brother, you Mighty Mouse twin, LOL goat. I have heard that before. You're not the first person to say that, but welcome. How are you doing tonight? Because I'm in a cybersecurity boot camp right now. Any advice? My biggest advice to you is find a way to get practical experience. Start doing maybe, different catch the flags. Start, it actually depends, because cybersecurity is so broad that when you say that you're in a cybersecurity boot camp, that doesn't really mean much. It just means that you're in a cybersecurity boot camp and they're just showing you stuff, right? But are you focused, what's your goal? Is it more of like the non-coding route where you're doing like GRC, governance, risk, and compliant? Or is it more like where you're going to be doing, ethical hacking, for example? Or are you looking to be, so many different roles, like a SOC analyst, NOC analyst. So I guess, that is a part of it, because just being in a cybersecurity boot camp, it doesn't really say much, but so you need to start. So what I'll say is start researching to see what area do you want to go into, because you could be like there's the identity and access management, for instance. There's the SIEM analysts who are like monitoring the traffic that's coming in and out and stuff like that. So many different fields you can go in. So think about that. We got Carlos DeRico in the building. Is there a schedule that you have set for ethical hacking streams? I would like to catch them all. There is a schedule. It is going to be every Thursday night at 7:30 until we finish the course. Every now and then we might have to take on some other quick project, because I might have to figure something out. But for the most part, it's going to be every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. ethical. That's going to be ethical hacking night. All right. So that's the plan. All right. That is the plan. Great question. And Co-Mac says, yeah, basically in a beginner thinking I might go to it to get some experience, but I want to get into bug bounties, maybe Web3. Well, you are then I would say ethical hacking. I would say I don't know what they're doing in the bootcamp, but if you haven't signed up for the ethical hacking course on Udemy, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. You can get that and you can follow along with us. And you can, I mean, you don't have to follow along. You can go as far ahead as you want and then just tune in and see what we're doing. But, and, you know, make it like, you know, and you can give us some feedback or your thoughts as well, questions. But I would definitely say, while you're doing the general stuff in the boot camp, go out there and do your own stuff so that you can start moving it forward and you're not, and then, because guess what? All right, guess what? Every single person in that boot camp, that is your competition. Because guess what? You see, and this is what you guys don't understand about these boot camps. You guys, because I've seen this in so many QA boot camps, right? They think that they are best friends.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
They all go out there and they share. Like they all like each other on LinkedIn and they're super supportive. Oh yeah. Oh, you got an interview. Good job. Oh, great. But guess what? They all want the same job. They all want the same job. Yup. So when you get that job and they congratulate you, they really wanted that job for themselves, right? But you got it and they didn't. So I say you need to start separating yourself at the beginning. At the beginning, you need to separate yourself. And that means if you are learning the same thing that they're learning, you take on another course so that you can start, all right, let me know how to do this. Oh, bug bounty. Let me see how about bug bounty. Let me see about capture the flag or catch the flag, whatever they call them, right? The CTFs. All of that stuff is essential because you need to separate yourself. You need to have knowledge that they do not have. And because I'm evil like that, right? Don't tell them what you're doing. Just be in the class with them. Oh yeah, oh, cool, great. You do your own thing. You do your own damn thing and you separate yourself. Separate yourself. Because guess what? If they get a job and you don't, then you're going to be cheering them on while they're getting paid and you're just, sitting there doing the same thing you're doing before. So go. It's your job. It's your job. All right. They are not your friends. They are not. Your competition is not your friend. If you guys are both fighting for the same thing. See, me, I have friends who I compete with, right? But that's because we're doing two separate things and we motivate and push each other. But if you both want the same thing, they are not your friends. All right? That's my message to you, all right? All right. We got Carlos says much appreciated. No problem.
I appreciate you.
And Mitch says, Ralph, what's up with Trump and Obama being best friends? I mean, they are best friends just like you and I are best friends, right? So, I mean, it's possible. Mitch, if we can make it work, they can make it work. No, anybody can make it work, all right? I'm just saying. And Comax says, my brother, I love the advice. I was feeling the same thing. I really been to myself. There you go. You see, you gotta know. You gotta know how to play the game. Play the game. I was watching a class today, and they were like, "You gotta play the game." So you gotta play the game, Comac, and go out there and win. At the end of the day, the only thing that matters is winning. All right, you got to go out there and win. All right. So let's get back to our next. Let's get back to our next segment. So we're gonna put up another 20 minutes.
Let's go!
All right, so I am going to close out Docker because that's taking up a lot of resources. Let me see how Docker closed down because Docker is taking 7 gigs. Let me close out. I didn't even know I had web some over. Let me close out some stuff because I have a bunch of stuff open. Not that this computer can't handle it, but I'd rather it not have to. You know what I mean? All right, so Docker is closed because the Virtualbox is taking 8 gigs of memory. So, all right, we're in a better spot. We are in a better spot now. Perfect. All right, cool. let's get to it. So I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know what's going on with this one over here. Let me see. Because I would like to have the UTM working as well. Let's go back over here real quick. And it says boot ISO, skip. We got that, we got that. Shared directory, we got all of that. And then we press play. And so now we're in the summary and we can rename our VM to Kali Linux. Once complete, we will hit save and press the settings button. Due to a bug in the current UTM version, we'll have to oh, I got you. So that's why we couldn't see it. So because there's a bug in UTM, we need to install it in install it in console mode. Well, you know what? I think it is absolutely awesome that we have to install it in console mode because you'll see a different way of installing it. So you get to see, and this is all through Kali Linux. You'll get to see how to install Kali Linux using the GUI, the graphical user interface, as well as the console through UTM. So I repeat, do not threaten me with a good time. So let's go to over here. And let's see if we can start. Where's my mouse? Let's see if we can start this all over again then. Let's say stop. And let's go with run without saving changes. And we're just gonna do install. So I will put this over here. And in the meantime, oh, it says display output not active. What does that mean? Let me go to settings. I don't know why it's saying display output not active. Stop. Where is display and display? Let's do a quick search on that. So let's do a quick research, right? So it says UTM display output not active. So getting display output not active. Let's see what that means on Mac OS X. After selecting install Ubuntu from the latest Ubuntu ISO image. All right, same issue here. I have the same issue as well. Also using, okay. It worked using virtual. All right, let's try that one. All right, see, look at that. When we get an error, what do I always say? Just Google the damn thing. But let's see if that's gonna work. Let's go over to, they said use that one. And let's go with save. Let's play that. Let's do the install. Same thing, same damn thing. All right, well, you know what? We will table that one then for now. And we will go through. GPU supported. Let me see, make sure. Let me make sure. Let me try one more thing. I hate to give up, right? I hate to give up. I'm like the little engine that could. Mitch, do not make a joke about that. All right, so let's go to display. And they said they used virtual ramble. That's the one that I used. This one. What if we were to do I just shut the whole thing down. UTM quit. Let's open UTM again. Oops. Let's go here. Let's go here. If that doesn't work, then we're just going to call that one. We're going to table that one. In the meantime, what is this? What is this thing over here? Continue there. All right. What's going on over here? All right, something is happening. I'm happy that we were able to use VirtualBox, because then we would have had a hard time trying to use UTM, because it is not responding whatsoever. So if I do run without saving changes, all right. So what is going on here now? Let me see. Interactive shell. What happened here? I don't think we're supposed to get this. Let's go to, let's do a restart. Let's see. Do a normal start. See what's going on over here. Why didn't? All right, all right. So let's go and look at our documentation then. Let's go to Kali Linux on VirtualBox, because we should be. Uh-oh, there goes your car's car. Let's see. All right, so let's see preparation from Kali Linux repositories. Yada, yada, yada. VirtualBox. You got. Why is it showing like this though? Hold on. Let's see. Let's do a install Kali Linux on VirtualBox. Okay. Let's take this one. All right. So we did all of this already. Create a new virtual disk. All right. We did all that. Let's see. We did all that. Okay. Let's see. We're doing this. Kali, already got all that. Got all that. I don't see. Start. I don't see it. I keep, all right, so let's do a search. Let's see. So after installing Kali Linux, keep getting UEFI interactive. So whenever I run into these stuff, I just start searching to see. So if you're seeing, it usually means your system is trying to boot from the UTF-I shell instead of Kali Linux bootloader. This is likely due to incorrect boot settings in your BIOS or issues with installation process. Check your BIOS settings. All right, so let's add onto that VirtualBox. And if you're seeing this, it means that your VM is set to boot in UTFI mode and it's having trouble. And it's all right. To fix this, you need to go into your VM settings and disable enable EFI option in the motherboard settings, effectively switching to legacy BIOS boot mode. All right. So to do this, access VM setting, open up your VirtualBox, select your Kali Linux VM and click settings, navigate to the motherboard system and disable. All right, cool. Let's give that a try. Let's go to here and we're going to go to settings. Actually, yep, on the right screen. I move this right here. So let's go to, I don't know what's going on with UTM. I'm just going to close out UTM for now. And we can always go back to that at a later date. So we're going full VirtualBox, see what happens, right? So it says motherboard. Oh, there it goes, enable EFI. So let's stop this. Let's stop the madness. Stop the madness. We're going to do power off. Power off. Now this is enabled. We're going to uncheck enable EFI. And we're going to say, okay. Let's do more video memory. And we'll leave it at 1 monitor. All right, let's do okay. Let's start it up again. Let's see. Am I still getting this EFI thing? Hold on. I thought I just turned this off, right? Prince Marketing says, yeah, some of them have funky EFI settings because EFI requires hardware, TPM virtualization these days. Your laptop has it. It's just easier to run it in legacy mode. Well, I thought I disabled it. Restart your, let's see what happens. All right, so that didn't disable it. I thought, all right, so let's try that again. Power off machine. Let me see. Settings, motherboard, enable IO, enable hardware clock, enable EFI special OS is only, it is turned off. So let's go back over here, see what's going on. And this is why I like to stream this, because we get to see all the stupid stuff that we have to go through, because when you watch a video, it just works, right? It just works. But when we're doing it, we run into a bunch of issues. Says, all right, so if disabling EFI doesn't work, you can try manually navigating to the correct boot file within the UEFI shell. Well, tell me about it. So all right, so let me see, what can we do? Let's see, setting up new machines. All right, let's see what this does. When I add, all right, so, well, that doesn't really help much. Add the UEFI shell, enter exit to get to the boot manager and then select, oh, interesting. All right, let's try that. Let us try that. All right, so you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. Because somebody might be working on Windows and it works perfectly fine. Somebody, you might have Magnetar working on Ubuntu and he might have issues. It might work perfectly fine. And then you have me working on a Mac M3 chip, and then it tells us do not come. You know, so it says if we were to type in exit in the shell, let's see, exit. Oh, so then we get here. Okay. You see the power of research, right? So if I move this over here, oops. And we go to, it says then go to the boot manager, then select virtual C to boot from. But do I really want to do that? Let me see, boot manager. And, oh, okay, so we need to choose this one. the UEFI VBox hard disk. Is that the one? Because this might be the one that we're getting currently. So we need to go to this one. Let's see what that does. Or I was supposed to go enter select entry. Oh, it says no. We're not doing that. All right, let's see. So if I go back to here, then I get this. If I do, all right, okay. Let's see. Let's see. Says, why don't we grab VMware Workstation Pro for Mac? Does that exist? Is that an option? I mean, you know, I have no problem doing that. Let me see. VMware Workstation Pro. Let me see. VMware Workstation Pro is now available free for personal use. Where do we download that? Let's see. It would probably not be there. VMware. Let's see. Download Fusion or Workstation. Oh, I guess it is there. I don't have a username. What? Let's see. That looks like you'd have to download something. So let me do this. I don't know why it's taking me to this Broadcom thing when I'm trying to download it. Is there a special way you're supposed to download it? Let me see. Class Windows. They say it's free, but they don't really say where to download it from. So if you let me know where to download it from, then I will go looking for that. But as almost most of the software has a menu option that says, yeah, but the thing is, like, when we did that, I would think that it would start. So let me see. Will Virtual Box work with with Mac M3 chip for Kali Linux? It's called Fusion on the Mac. All right, let me see. But where do you download it from? Because when I go to it, it takes me to some access thing. VirtualBox works with Kali Linux on Apple M3. VirtualBox is a tool that helps you. Okay, so they claim that it works. So why is it? All right, so that should be correct. All right, so when we do UEFI, all right, so let's do this. Let's go. Boot maintenance manager, boot from boot options. It must be something wrong with the install. That's the only thing I can think of. Is something's wrong with the install. So let's see. Let's do Kali Linux. Kali Linux. Virtual box.
Lunch break.
Kali Linux VirtualBox goes to EFI internal shell. If your Kali Linux in VirtualBox is booting directly there, it usually means the bootloader is not properly configured to find the correct boot partition, likely because the VM setting might be set to use UEFI mode, and boot files are not located in the expected EFI directory. Maybe that's what's going on. Incorrect boot mode. Check VirtualBox settings. Navigate. Adjust boot order. Missing or incorrect boot files. Let's see. Let's see. See this one. It appears your VM is set to use UEFI boot environment and it doesn't not find yada yada yada. You have to provide the OS to install in the VM. Let's see. Type exit, go to boot manager. When you install an OS on the virtual hard disk, it will put it before them. All right, so subsequent runs automatically. All right, so we see that. Let's see. Because when we try to do the, let me see. So I encountered the same problem. I found the issue following command in the interactive shell. The virtual machine would boot to Ubuntu. Use // doesn't work. So let's try that real quick. And if that does not work, then we will continue looking into it after the break. So let's go here. Let's go here. So let's go to //EFI Cali. Oh, let's see if that works. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. There we go. There we freaking go. Let's go. Let me log in real quick and then we'll go to break. And what? Look at that. Look at that. We are good. And that, let me go to full screen. Let me put the as Stephen A would say, put the camera on me. That is why I stream this information. That is why I stream this information. Because you could be going through this course and you watching the video and the instructor, it just works out perfectly for them, right? And then you go to do it and it's like, you're literally saying,
I'm in a bind, Nate.
Which then leads to,
I hate it here. I want to go home.
Right? You feel me? But how do you research? How do you go to these different sites, these different job boards, or not job boards, but these different forums and stuff like that, so that you can get better search skills, right? We went through a few sites to find this, but we got it. All right. Let me check the chat and then we shall go to the next topic for our break, which we're going to be talking about searching for ethical hacking jobs, right? We'll spend a few minutes doing that, but let me check the chat. Let me see. Mitch says, where is Alexis that he misses her? See, Mitch, that's the problem, right? Because you scared Ferris off because you were too mean to him. Now you're asking for Alexis for when she gets here, you're going to be like, guess what? I don't care. But she will be back probably next week. It's the new semester for her kids, so she's just getting them all situated and stuff like that. So she will be back. So I just downloaded the VMware VMDK via torrent, and it's already at the desktop, ready to rock. Okay. If you want to show off, Prince Marky D, we got you. Right? Amazing. So we read about the funky UEFI or UEFI. What do they call that? Live demo demons or something? I live for it. I live for it. Because I'm just showing you how the real world is when you're actually trying to learn something.
I'm just being honest.
And that's why I don't really do pre-recorded coding stuff, because you're gonna see me struggle. I want you to see me struggle so that you can know that even if me, who's been in tech for 20 years, I still struggle, I still make syntax errors, I still have to Google some basic stuff because I can't remember everything, right? But knowing how to research, knowing how to come up with the solution, that is the key. So that's why I stream the way that I stream. Just so I can add value to you to know that, look, it might be hard, it might be challenging, but you know what they say about hard work? Hard work is good work, all right? All right. Says, why don't we grab VM Workstation? I will actually look for that after this stream, just so we can keep it moving. It says also most of the software has a menu option that says boot to firmware or something like that. That's what I thought. It says for the course I showed you earlier, and you had said, it says I was Chrome wouldn't play the video I needed, but Firefox did after prompting me to enable DRM. So if Udemy has this issue where if you don't have hardware acceleration turned off and you're using like you're watching it on another. So for instance, I use Display Link, right? So I can have multiple monitors. Udemy will not play if I have hardware acceleration turned on. It just shows like a blank screen. I think you'll be able to hear it, but you can't see it. So, but it should work, but it will work in Firefox. So it's a Google Chrome thing that causes that to happen with the hardware acceleration. I figured that out like a while ago. Like so like if you're trying to cast it onto let's say you're trying to cast it onto a TV, it's not gonna work most of the times. Prince Marky D said, my bad, it's called Fusion on the Mac, and Broadcom brought VMware a few months back. Let me get, okay, gotcha. Let me see. It says, wait, did you download an ISO of Kali Linux? I did not see. So I already had it downloaded because it's like a 4 gig file. So I already had it downloaded. So I didn't want to download it on stream and then slow down the stream and stuff like that. So, but I already had it. But Prince Mark D says, Lego, let's get to it.
Let's get it.
And Mitch says, don't tell on me. I'm just exposing Mitch. Mitch, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, right? So, let me get to this next break time convo. So I wanted to take a look at, let me put up a 5-minute timer because I don't want to spend too much time on this. I wanted to look at, being that we're doing ethical hacking penetration testing, why don't we do a job search on ethical hacking and penetration testing? Why don't we? Because what was the name? Like Max said, it's going to be looking for cybersecurity jobs. So being that we're doing ethical hacking on Thursday nights, I was like, you know what? Let's go. I'm going to LinkedIn and I am going to look for, who wrote me on LinkedIn? Oh, I don't know who you are. All right. I'm going to go look for jobs and I'm going to go to penetration tester. And I'm going to go share the screen. All right. So we have, let's see what we have. So cybersecurity engineer, 85K to 125K a year in Fort Lauderdale, and it's hybrid. What would they do? They work 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., 4 days in the office, 1 day remote after 90 days and good performance is demonstrated. There is a physician and advanced practice staffing company delivering excellence in healthcare industry since 2012. Reporting to directors. So this seems like a high level role. So let's go and let's it's a good role. Like, so here's what I'll tell you, right? If I were all right, so let me put myself in the position of your technical coach, right? For tonight, right? If I were coaching you, I would say, all right, when we first start working together, I want you to go find a job that you cannot get. I want you to find a job that you are not qualified for, right? I want you to find a job that if you were to apply for it, they would laugh that you're applying for it, right? So, and why do I want you to do that? I want you to do that because magnetar. The reason I want you to do that is because I want you to have a job that you're aspiring to, that you're working towards, so that we can say, okay, what is that we need? So let's say you don't have any of these things. Well, guess what? We're going to be working together for the next 3 to 4 years to gather all of these skills, so that you can work on that. And then at the same time, I do want you to find a job that you can get. So let's say you go to entry level. Some, like I was saying the other day, a lot of you guys don't even qualify for entry level. So let's go to internship as well. All right. There's not many of those, but let's go to that. And for penetration tester, it starts off with not much. There's a CompTIA Security Plus tutor, but in order to tutor, I would expect you to know something. Let me see. Kaseya, technical support expert level 1. So when we're searching for penetration tester, and we're getting these very like support type jobs, because guess what? They're not very like, if you're going into cyber, penetration testing might be a future job. It might be something that you get familiar on doing bug bounties and stuff like that. Let me see. Enco Max says, do you think help desk is a good starting point? Help desk is an excellent starting point. And if you start to get your credentials and stuff like that, it helps you. Is it the end all be all? No, because you need to be able to communicate with people, respond to tickets, respond to people, like soft skills matter in that. It being on your resume doesn't really matter as much, but soft skills do matter, because you can't be cursing out the people who are calling you because they want their stuff and they want it now, right? So, but yeah, help desk is an excellent way to get started, right? Let me see. All right, so let's see. Quality assurance associate, fresh point, right? So in your entry level days, you might not be finding penetration testing, right? You might have to start in tech support. You might have to start in network specialist. You might, oh, look at that. There goes one right here. Web app penetration tester. Let's take a look at that one. I don't really trust DICE like that. I don't know about DICE. I don't really trust them like that. However, if they come to me with an offer that I can't refuse, I might start to trust them. All right.
I was gonna lie to you, but I had to tell the truth. I'm just being honest.
Back to work.
Just being honest, if they offer me, if they make me an offer, I can't refuse. All right, so let's take a look at this job real quick, right? Permanent position with Converge within our Advanced Testing Services division. In this role, you will deliver on a variety of assessment projects and techniques, yada, yada, yada. Key responsibilities: business-focused technical testing, apply advanced technical methods to test, provide and validate technical control with client environment, yada, yada, yada. Let me see. Perform pre-assessment research and preparation, including reconnaissance. That is one of the steps of. It's one of the 5 steps of penetration testing. Documentation, configuration review, and customer interviews. Document security weaknesses, including step to reproduce. Analyze security findings, include risk analysis and root cause analysis. Let me see. Knowledge and competencies. Experienced penetration tester with vulnerability assessor. Dynamic and static application security testing, yada, 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 yada. Involvement in security related projects, communities, including CTFs. All right, so creating a project like we're going to be doing here in this class. And then when we're doing our projects, we're going to modify them so that we can make it unique to us, so that it can be memorable, and you can have talking points. Always have talking points for your interviews, cool stuff that you accomplished. Let me see. All right, so certifications, OSCP certification or equivalent advanced level certs are required. OSWE certification is a big plus. Excellent report writing and consultative skills. So if you graduated high school writing with pen and paper, then, and when you went to, and you skipped college, you went to a boot camp and you never typed stuff out, you're gonna have a problem. So you got to learn how to type. Like your car said the other day, learn how to type. You need to be able to articulate your points. With the help with AI now, you can probably use with AI now. You can use our large language model course so that you can build out a template to write your reports as well. So many things you can do. Possess a blue-collar work ethic and willingness to wear many proverbial hats and have a flexible outlook towards your work. Well, that's where a lot of people fall off, but that is where it is your opportunity to shine. Like Chris Parks, like Chris was saying the other day, right? He works 16 hours. He has no problem working the graveyard. He has no problem working weekends because he's trying to get the bag. That's the type of mentality they're looking for. And be competitive and have performance-based drive to succeed, including self-sufficiency and ability to work as part of a team. This position is remote within the United States of America. So, another option, right? Another option, but look for your right now job and look for your job in 5 years now. Look for it, know what you need to work on, and go from there, right? So, shout out to that. All right. So let's get back to full screen. Let me check out let me get rid of this right here. Let me check out where are we at? We got that done. We are up to, so we have VirtualBox working. We have Kali Linux installed. There was we need to install the VirtualBox add-ons in Kali Linux. Let me see. All right, cool. So let's start our last 20 minutes for tonight.
It's time to
all right, so let's do this. So let's go over to here. So we have I wonder if I can make this like full screen or something. How can I get this to be? Let's go to, let me see. I just want it to be a little bit bigger, that's all. Display. Scale factor. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. So let's go here and let me sign in. What? Am I cap locked on or something? Nope. All right, there we go. All right, so I should just tell you guys my password so I can be able to get back in. I should be able to. Comac says, I'm going to catch the rest of the live later. Peace. You have a amazing night. Thank you for stopping by. Feel free to stop by any show, ask any question that you have, and I will make sure I get you an answer. But you have a great night. You guys, say good night to Comac. Say good night to Comac. Thank him for hanging out with us tonight. All right, so we're gonna go to the terminal, and you will get to see some. You'll get to see some Linux commands running in place here. So what we're going to do is we're going to install the VirtualBox add-ons for Kali Linux, right? And let's take a quick look. What are virtual? All right, let's say what is the VirtualBox add-on for Kali Linux. If I go over to here, and it says, all right, installing VirtualBox add-ons, guest tools. Installing guest additions gives a better user experience with VirtualBox. Let's see, so proper mouse and screen integration as well as folder sharing. This is why, since Kali Linux, during the setup process, it should detect if Kali Linux is inside a VM. If it is, it automatically installs any additional tools. I don't know if it did that. The guest edition is also pre-installed in the live image of 2021.3. I don't know if we have that, but we can still try to install it anyways, right? So we would want to do. So let's try this, right? So we're gonna go over here, and we're gonna go to. Can I make this bigger? I don't know. Maybe it's a different. Let me see. Nope. I was trying to zoom in. Let me see. Can I zoom in? All right, there. See. So it's control plus plus. I think it's control plus plus. Control plus plus. Control plus plus. I don't know. It's not zooming in. Let me see. Zoom in. Ghetto. Okay. So we're gonna do CD media, CD-ROM 0. And we're going to do an ls for list. So CD is to change directory. So I'm going to tell you guys the truth, right? I'm going to tell you the truth. If you want to get into the nitty gritty, the good stuff of cybersecurity, then you're going to have to learn Linux. You're going to have to learn Python. If you want to make the money, learn Python, learn Linux, learn some networking, and go from there. Because I can't even tell you how many people I come across. I want to get into cybersecurity, but I don't want to do code. And then once they see that they're only going to be making like $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a year, they're like, that's it. They told me to go into cybersecurity because that's where the money is. And I'm only going to get $60,000 a year. Well. The same way you chose the college major where it was a guaranteed 4.0 GPA so you can brag, I got a 4.0 GPA. I'm a PhD, right? Just so you can say that you got a 4.0 GPA. You took the easiest majors ever. And then when you go to get a job with that major, you see that it only qualifies you to, I don't know, maybe be a barista or something. I don't know. Right? But you had an amazing GPA. So if you want to make the money from cybersecurity, from software engineering, all that, you have to do what other people are not willing to do, which is maybe learn Linux, maybe learn Python, all that type of stuff, right? Learn how to hack, So that's my message to you, right? Sorry for the side note, but I had to, right? So ls is, why is there nothing in the directory? ls is it's to list the directory, but there's nothing in there apparently. So let's go cd dot. Let's go up a directory. So let's do cd-rom or cd space cd-rom. So we're going into that directory. There's nothing in there. So, well, in that case, all right, so we're going to do, because I was expecting something to be in there, something is not in there. So let's see, what if we were to do a, let me see. What if we were to do a install, or how do you know that VirtualBox add-ons is installed in Kali Linux? So we might be able to skip this step, right? We're just going through what the course said, right? So to check if VirtualBox is installed, open a terminal and run the command lsmod and then grep vbox, right? So let's try that. So Well, before we even do that, right? What is lsmod? Because what is lsmod command? lsmod is used to display the status of modules in the Linux kernel. It results in a list of loaded modules. lsmod is a trivial program. And what is grep? What is grep command? Grep command in Linux is a powerful tool used for searching and manipulating text patterns within files. All right, so let's leave it at that for now. And we're going to go to lsmod. Oops. lsmod. And then the pipe, and then grep vbox. And I don't see it there. I don't see it there. So if I don't see it there, let's see. It says within VirtualBox, open your Kali Linux VM and go to devices, insert guest edition CD image. If the option is available, it usually indicates that the guest edition is not fully installed and you can run. All right, so let's try that. Because I don't see it here. Let's go to over here, and it says to go to devices. Don't. Oh, let me see. Or we can just do one more option. One more option we can do. We can just do this, right? So let's go to, we're just going to do these commands, right? Sudo app update, yada, yada, yada. Right? So we're going to go to in here. So I'm going to do these commands. I'm going to go to the other screen while we do them. So we're going to do sudo apt update. Sudo is for like super user mode, working as root. And all right, so it's getting that, and then we're gonna do sudo apt install -y virtualbox guest x11. So sudo apt install, the -y is to automatically say yes, so you don't have to. I'll put it without it just so you can see me saying yes. But if you do the -y, it's gonna automatically say yes to whatever prompts that you're gonna get. But let's do that. Unable to locate package VirtualBox guest -x11. Huh. Why not? Why is it not able to find that one? Let's see. Unable to locate package VirtualBox guest - well, let's see. Well, let's find out what's the right thing to install then, because I don't know why we're not getting that. VirtualBox, let me see. Oh, so we're looking for VirtualBox Linux add-on. So VirtualBox Linux add-ons. VirtualBox to the VirtualBox guest editions, which are a couple of set of tools to be installed inside Kali Linux virtual machine running on a VirtualBox, allowing for better integration. Yeah, all right. So we read that already. Why don't I see it? Let's see. This was March, so this was a year ago. Let's see. Because on their, all right, so where is this on their page? So this was March 6, 2024. Let me see. Maybe we don't need that. Maybe it comes with it pre-installed. Maybe it comes with it pre-installed. And shout out to the person who just disliked the video. I appreciate you even more.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate everybody. So you know how we do. You know how we do. Let me see. Prince Mark D says, missed some parts. What are we up to? So I was just checking about installing the VirtualBox guest, but I'm wondering if it's already part of it. It might be. So guest edition is pre-installed in the live image since. All right, so it's probably already there. So maybe the image that they created the course on is older. Let me see. All right, so how can I see? Let me see. How can I see the current version of how to see current version of Linux from command line? Check your see that. Check your OS. It would be see the current version of Linux. Use the uname-r. Let's try that. Let's try the uname-r. -r. We're using it wouldn't be that one. Let me see. We could also do cat/etc/os release. And we're using Kali Linux 2024. So all right, so we don't even have to worry about this. We don't have to worry about this virtual add-ons because that was for an older version of Kali Linux, right? So, we are learning together. All right, so now we're going to check if we have any network connectivity, right? So kind of like what I think that Prince Mark D was referring to. So can we do ping google.com? We have connectivity from google.com. However, let's stop that. We're not doing that. Stop that here. All right, there it goes. Control C to stop it. Being that I am using a Mac where everything is command, and then I'm working inside of a Linux where it'd be control, that throws me off, right? Let's see. Oh, look at that. Prince Mark D says it like as I found it. Prince Mark D is letting me know, so I appreciate that. All right, that's clear. And we want to say now if config so we can see what our IP address is. And it is 10.0.2.15, right? However, we would want to, because if we were to go to a terminal over here, we are looking at what's my internal is somewhere in here. Bridge. Let me see. I don't see mine. I have way too many things over here. So, but we do want it to, let's say I go back over here. Let's go here. We would want it to be, we should have the IP address similar to our actual laptop, but I don't even see what my actual laptop is. Let me see. I have way too many things over here. Okay, there we go. 192, 168, 86, 28, right? So we need to have something similar to that. So the way that we do that is we're gonna go and from the course, we want to change our network to is it a bridge adapter? Or is it not? It is a, switch to bridge adapter, right? We want a bridge adapter, right? So if we do that and we do enable the Wi-Fi, I guess, because that's what we're using. We're gonna say okay. And promiscuous mode. What in the world is promiscuous? You know what? All right, stop the show. What the hell is promiscuous mode for the network? That sounds dirty. Oh my God. What is, all right, we have to take a sidetrack. What is promiscuous mode in Virtualbox networking tab, right? So what is promiscuous mode in Virtualbox? Let me clutch my pearls for a second here. Promiscuous mode in Virtualbox is a network interface mode that allows a virtual machine VM to receive all network traffic on a physical network segment. This mode is useful when testing and network analysis. Testing, you can use promiscuous mode to emulate unplugging an Ethernet network cable. Network analysis, you can use network monitoring tools like Packet Sniffer, sniffing in promiscuous mode, oh my goodness, and other network analysis software to inspect network traffic. Here's how promiscuous mode works. Set the bridge adapter mode and connect the VM to the physical network. Enable promiscuous mode to capture all. Promiscuous mode takes all the network traffic, all of it. All right. The VM's guest operating system receives all observed traffic on the network. Oh my goodness. Promiscuous mode, it's doing its thing. It is doing its thing. Don't hate the VM, hate the promiscuous mode. All right. We got it. All right. I'm gonna leave promiscuous mode off for now because we do not support that here on this channel. As Mitch would say, this is a family channel, all right? Promiscuous mode.
How dare you?
All right, so saving the settings, let's go back in here and we're gonna go to here. Let's see if this changed around, right? So let's clear this out. And we're gonna do ifconfig. And if we look at what it still says the same thing. Let's restart. What's the command to restart? What is the command to restart? Is it just restart? Linux restart, reboot. Is it just reboot? It is. Let's just try reboot. All right, let's reboot.
Lunch break.
What? Are we done already? If we are, that is a good stopping point. So, oh crap, I don't remember what the commands were. So, if we're here, what did we do last time? Let me see. Can I go? Oh my God, what did we do last time? It was. What did we do last time? Let me see. All right, let me see if I can find it. I don't remember what we did last time. It was, FS0. FS0 :/EFI /Kali/ and I just want to see if our network changed. And then we can wrap it up. Tech Coach Ralph, the coach that we need. And that is not my password, by the way. All right, let's go into here again and let's do ifconfig. And look at that. We are good to go. So, so one more thing I'll show, but I'm not going to do it. But in the course, it said if the bridge mode is not working, if the bridge mode squad is not working, got you all in check, right? Then you would use the NAT network mode. Maybe we'll try it out next Thursday or not. We'll see. But the bridge network mode is working, so if it is not working for you, then you might want to try the NAT network mode. But yeah. So we're going to wrap it up with, well, we're going to wrap this segment up with this, right? We have homework to do. We have homework. So this is our homework. This is our homework. I'm going to go to this site right here. And so, top things after installing Kali Linux, right? The top things to do after installing Kali Linux, I'm going to drop this in the chat. So I'm going to put homework. So your homework is to go through this, through that link, right? And the top things to do after installing Kali Linux in 2023, although we're installing it in 2025, but you should still go and do these things. See what's possible, see what's not possible. So let's go look, right? Changing the keyboard layout. So updating Kali Linux. I mean, if it's a brand new version from last month, then there's probably nothing to update, but change the default password, taking a snapshot, creating a low privilege user account, install Guac terminal. What is, now I'm interested, right? Customizing your terminal, install your favorite code editor, downloading Visual Studio Code, Debian package, install Visual Studio Code, install OpenVAS, install your favorite tools, setting up a VPN, and educate yourself. All right. So what we can do is, I'm already intrigued by the name of Guac terminal. So we'll I think next week we will install Guac terminal and maybe install VS Code. Although I do not like VS Code, but we can install VS Code. If it was up to me, I would install PyCharm, but we shall see, right? But that is the homework to do. Like, try to do, if you can do all 11 of these things, more power to you. But if you do some of them, let me know. And this will be graded. This will be graded. All right. So and just know it'll be graded. I'll think of something. All right. So let's go to full screen to wrap it up for today. All right. So let me get to my last thought, and then we can read the chat as we get up and out of here. All right. So as in the last segment, we were talking, or in the last break, right? We were talking about jobs, right? For, penetration testing, ethical hacking, probably more of a mid to senior type level. Like when you're getting started off in cybersecurity, you're probably going to be doing like a SOC analyst, probably going to be doing NOC analyst, looking at network traffic, seeing what the developers are doing, maybe doing help desk. And then as you continue to grow, you have more opportunities, right? So, but how can you start to practice though? And bug bounties. Don, like one of the reasons that I was like always looking to get more into this is because Don Johnson in the chat. Yes, Don Johnson, the one who made the Leaders song. He had sent me, like, he was working on bug bounties like ages, like last year sometime, right? And he's like, some of these companies, they will pay you 20 grand to ethically hack their system to point out to them the flaws in it, right? So that they they don't necessarily have to hire somebody on salary, but they can have people like this, we need you to do this, right? So Don, drop in the chat some names of those sites that you were using for bug bounties. I'll search for some myself, but if you can drop in the chat some names of the sites of the bug bounties that you were doing, so that we can see what they have available over there, right? HackerOne, and check out a few. Okay, there you go. Hacker. That's what it was. HackerOne. So let's go to hackerone.com. And let's go to here. And he says, check out a few. What was that sound? That was the side. All right. So let's see. So bug bounty program. And that's annoying. So we're here. So where are these bounties? Do I have to log in? I think I have an account. Log in. Why do I have an account? Let's see what they have in here. We have HackerOne, we have Bug Crowd. So let's look at these bug bounties that are available. Crypto.com has a bug bounty. Mercado Libre, Coinbase, retesting collaboration. So let's see if we go to details. Right, average time of triage 15 hours, average time to first response 13 hours, average time of bounty 5 days, average time from submission of bounty 5 days 15 hours. Let's see. Each severity listed the 90-day average bounty and percentage of total resolved reports if applicable. And this is for crypto.com, right? And it says, so let me go this way so you can see it. All right, so low average bounty / NA 41.22% submissions, $200 to $500. Medium 4.0 to 6.9 is 500 to 5,000. High is $5,000 to $40,000. And if it's a critical one, then you are looking between $40,000 to $2 million. Wow. You know what, Maddox? That is a great question, right? That is a great question. I started pressing the button to start the stream, and I realized I hadn't sent it to Twitter and to Twitch, and I tried to move off of it, but it started anyways, and I was like, well, I was so upset. Maddox. I'm like, because I like this would be great to stream to Twitch, but I messed up and I didn't get it to X or to Twitch. So that is my bad. It will definitely happen next week. I apologize. I apologize for my mistake. All right. So let me see. So if you are able to find, like, this is crypto.com. This is crypto.com. Let's see what else we got. Let's see what Coinbase is talking about. Coinbase is talking about similar 50 for critical 50K to 1 million. We have as of April 16, 2024, we have included a severity.
Simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
So imagine, like, the reason I'm sharing this, right, is imagine if you get really, really good at this and you're just, catching stuff where you can get some serious money. Now, what's the likelihood of you getting a $2 million payout from crypto.com? I don't know. But imagine if you did. Imagine if you did, right? And here's the upside, right? Let me go back to full screen. Here's the upside to doing these bug bounties, right? You are gaining experience, real practical experience on the biggest named sites, right? At least knowing how to look around, how to read the request that they're doing. You're able to submit your report. They might say, oh, this is nothing, right? But guess what? You're actually doing the work. You have to put in the reps, is my main point to you. Put in the reps. And then you see where you go from there, right? So it's the best of both worlds. And you can start off with these smaller ones to see what you're able to do. And then you grow that way, right? So that's my thoughts. All right. let me check the chat before we get out of here, and then we will end it for the night. End for the night. All right. So let me see what we got. Let me see. So Prince Marky D was saying that was cooking dinner, so missed some parts. What are we up to at this point? Looking for virtualization tools or nesting VMs. It should be curl command or a snap app package for the tool. So it turns out that in the course it was just a little bit older what they were showing, but with the latest, with starting from 2021 of Kali Linux, it was already installed for the Linux add-on tools. So we're good on that front. And it says cat/etc/os is typically what you go for. And that's how you know that Prince Marky D knows his Linux. Because I had to Google it. Prince Marky D just said, boom, here's what it is. Mitch is asking, are you bragging or are you bragging? Says promiscuous mode. I'm always going to add the after I say promiscuous mode. All right. Says allows you to listen. This was very commonly used to capture keys air crack for the win. It says in VirtualBox. In VirtualBox. Hint. Says, got some feeling about VBox. I like bare metal or Docker. What in the world is going on here? Craziness all around. Says there are low-end cards with the perfect chipset to capture and crack. Get a alpha USB Wi-Fi like under $30. Whoa, that is scary. And it says Ralph, wait until you get a flipper device. What is a flipper device? Let me see what a flipper. I'm afraid to share to Google this. What is a flipper device? Flipper device. Flipper Zero, portable multi-tool device for geeks. Well, I am a geek. I'm a proud geek. I'm a cool proud geek, though. I'm a cool proud geek. Flipper Zero. What is this flipper device? What is this thing? Hold on one second. What is this flipper device thing that you speak of, Don? What is this supposed to do? Your cyber buddy? A tiny piece of hardware with a curious personality of a cyber dolphin. It can interact with digital systems in real life and grow, exploring. All right, where do I get this flipper device from? Buy now. How much does a flipper device cost? $169? Well, that might be a business. That might just be a business expense. I'm just saying. I have to look more into this flipper device, but let's continue. See, look at Don always getting me sidetracked. Remember, do your homework. Do your homework for next week. It will be graded. There will be a pop quiz. This homework complete installed a C2C server and got persistence on the old lady next door, collecting her hub history as we speak. Wow. Wowzers. As Magnetar said, wowzers. It says, go to HackerOne, check out a few bounties and scope file and take a crack. Exactly. Go and do it. Just go and do it, right? Scope file is like a test plan or boundaries of the attack. Awesome. And my guy Maddox is in the building. And yes, no Twitch streams. I apologize. That was my mistake. My finger slipped, right? It says the longer the bounty has been up, the harder it is to find critical. People attempt to automate the process of detecting new bounties and getting all the low-hanging fruit bounties. Bruh. Magnus says probably have to sue for it. Best is fuzz, a protocol of a lib this company uses to find RCE, aka 0 day. Then consider if you sell it to the bounty program or sell it as a 0 day for way more money on bad markets. We do not advocate for bad markets here, Don. Nope. You know what, Don? I have for you.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. Number one, how
How
dare
dare you? Like, come on, Don. We do not do that, all right? It says Pro Mox here. RDP in my VMS or SSH. What? That sounds dirty, Maddox. That sounds dirty. All right, I'm just saying. Ain't no SSHing happening up around here on this stream, Maddox. You behave yourself. All right. But with that being said, we're gonna wrap it up for tonight. We had an amazing time. We actually did everything that we wanted to do. We got our well, not what we wanted to do. We took a detour because we were able to install Virtualbox on our M3, our Mac M3 chip. We got Kali Linux installed. We figured out what this UEFI was, and we were able to get in. To do our bridge adapter. So with that being said, what is our plan for next week? Let me see real quick. Let me check my agenda. Make sure we got everything covered. We already did that. Let me see what's on the course for next week. Let's see what's on the docket for next week. So let me go look over here real quick. Next week, so I'm probably next Wednesday's software exploration is probably going to be like, what are the 5 stages of penetration testing? But next week we're going to start going through the Linux operating system. We're going to be doing some navigating through Linux with the commands. There's probably going to be some type of documentation that we can use to look at all the different commands that are going to be relevant. Creating files, managing directories. I've done all of those. I'm not too familiar with the network commands, so we'll take a look at that. We'll probably look at this, all the file system commands like we do for the DevOps one, and go through them, try them out. And then maybe, I don't know, depending on how long it takes to go through Linux, then we'll probably start to get into the recognizance and information gathering. That'll probably be its own video for the following week about what is recognizance, what is information gathering, and then how can we do this practically. All right, so that is the plan going forward. One last thing, Don says SSH is weak, Telnet is superior. You know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. All right, but that's it for tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to get some dinner. I'm going to get out of here. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hopefully you found this helpful. Hopefully I was able to add value into your life. If I was able to do that, do me a big favor on your way out. If you haven't done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. Also, go to techcoachralph.dev. You can sign up for free. I make some content available for my free members, and then I also have content for my paid members, and I offer one-on-one coaching to those in the higher tiers who want to level up, who need to get their resume right, who need to get their interview game right, who needs to know like how to navigate through these courses and stuff like that, right? So many things that I can offer to you. So check that out and we can go from there, right? But with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. This is Tech Coach Ralph with the first episode of Ethical Hacking, going through the course, Software Explorations. I'm out of here. You guys take care. The best to you. I am out.
They said I wouldn't make it, they laughed at my dream. Every move I made felt like swimming upstream. But yesterday I met a fan, eyes full of belief. In their gaze I saw the end to my grief.
Doubt didn't win, trust began. Looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heart beats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I saw myself alive. I put in all the hours, climbed out from the dirt. They dissed and dismissed, said I'd always get hurt. Met a fan so loyal, reflections don't lie. My biggest supporter is just me in my mind.
Through the noise and shadows I held my ground. Bumps, bruises, broken, no comfort found. But that fan smile turned my world around. Now I'm rising
Doubt didn't win, and trust I began. When I looked in the mirror, saw my biggest fan. Heartbeats like a drum, fight through the span. Kept on pushing, now I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game, 'cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
From the ashes I flew, they can't dim my flame. Every mocking voice only fed my aim. Yesterday showed me it's not just a game, 'cause in my reflection I found my name.
Folks called it trash, said I'd never thrive. Every word I spat, cut deep like a knife. Thought my wings were clipped, stuck in a dive. But mirrors don't lie, I'm the man.
We just show up and grind all day, only results matter anyway. I straightforward, no time to play. Block out the noise, let nothing sway. We don't care what others pursue. Our focus sharp, our goal so true. Their distractions ain't got a clue. We just win, that's what we do. Turn it up on the victory ride. We got heart and we got pride. Let the doubters run and hide. We're the force they can't deny. Keep your eyes on the finish line. No looking back, no wasting time. We climb the ranks, we shine and shine. Success is drawn like a fine line. Turn it up on the victory ride. We got heart and we got pride. Let the doubters run and hide. We're the force they can't deny. Keep your eyes on the finish line. No looking back, no wasting time. We climb the ranks, we shine and shine. Success is drawn like a fine line. Turn it up on the victory ride. We got heart and we got pride. Let the doubters run and hide. We're the force they can't deny. Step by step we reach the top. We'll keep going, we won't stop. Watch us rise, see jaws drop. When we win, we own the lot. We don't care what others pursue. Our focus sharp, our goal so true. Their distractions ain't got a clue. We just win, that's what we do. Turn it up on the victory ride. We got heart and we got pride. Let the doubters run and hide. We're the force they can't deny. Keep your eyes on the finish line. No looking back, no wasting time. We climb the ranks, we shine and shine. Success is drawn like a fine line. Keep your eyes on the finish line. No looking back, no wasting time. We climb the ranks, we shine and shine. Success is drawn like a fine line. Step by step we reach the top. We'll keep going, we won't stop. Watch us rise, see jaws drop. When we win, we own the lot. Step by step we reach the top. We'll keep going, we won't stop. Watch us rise, see jaws drop. When we win, we own the lot. Step by step we reach the top. We'll keep going, we won't stop. Watch us rise, see jaws drop. When we win, we own the lot. Step we reach the top. We'll keep going, we won't stop. Watch us rise, see jaws drop. When we win, we own the lot. Yeah.